All right, so Kung Fu, VR, these are things that you're questioning because you're like, how in the world are you going to play a Kung Fu game in VR? Kung Fu's got the kicks, it's got all this martial arts stuff. Are you do the special martial arts blocking and things like that? Well, Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu has found a way to do it, and what they've basically done is taken Thrill of the Fight and then combined it with Drunken Bar Fight. You have the fun ragdoll, but at the same time, it's a workout, and you gotta swing, you gotta do the hits, you gotta do it properly. You can block attacks. There's a press the analog stick forward, I think it is, on the right stick, and you do their kick, which is hilarious. It kicks them away, and you can also do a jump. And in this whole combination of things, it lets you do just crazy ragdoll hilarity, but at the same time feel like a real challenging quality game. Now, this is a little bit pricey. It's showing up as $35 Canadian, so it's probably like $28 American or something like that. So it is on the higher price tag when it comes to App Lab games, but there is like 60 bajillion characters in this game. There's tons of levels, tons of moves. All the characters have their own unique special ability. Like the character I like to use has like Wolverine claws, like so cool. It's just one of those kinds of games that I started playing this to do the review, and I didn't stop playing it until I beat every single person and unlocked every character and did everything. It was one of those things I just, one day, I could not put it down. Just go, 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 go. And I've played so many VR games so much for so long that there's just not a lot of games that do that for me. So for that alone, I think this is a 100% must buy. When you're talking about the janky aspects, you know what? When you're dealing with Ragdoll, there's always going to be janky aspects. And I think that's has to be considered because that's just how it goes with these kind of games. But, I mean, there's just so many characters, and they're all just taken from different things. So you get your Bruce Lee kind of characters, but at the same time, you also get just ridiculous characters, like I said. The guy with the Wolverine claws, or there's this wrestler guy, and his arms turn like metal. And honestly, the first time it happened, I was like, this is really, really cool. I know this game's on PC VR, and I'm sure the graphics are way better on that. But even playing the Oculus Quest 2 or the MetaQuest 2 version, I had no issues with the visuals. I thought it still looked really great. And again, there's so many levels, so many characters. There's some levels that you're facing multiple characters at the same time, and there's no issues. Like, the only issue is perhaps getting a little bit too crazy with smacking things around you. But you can set up so many options too. There's options to set up your play space so you can see the floor around you. You can see what you're doing. And you know what? I don't know what really to say about this game other than just I love it. It's so good. It's so much fun to play. And Clique Games they've nailed it for this one. And they also made the Coffin Rock game, I believe, or they did the port of that one. So this is the second one of their titles I've reviewed. Coffin Rot was newer, but I got a little bit held back on doing Dragon Fist. But I'm so glad that I'm still covering it because this is one of those games. If you haven't heard of this game, you haven't played this game yet, 100% you need to play this game. Watch some Kung Fu movies and then get in on this, or maybe you should play this and then watch Kung Fu movies because you'll be tired after playing this. But I will say one thing, definitely watch your surroundings because this is the kind of game that breaks TVs or hits kids or very, very dangerous, all the swinging around recklessly because you're just flailing, and you can poke them in the eye with, you can do like a finger thing and do like this, and it still counts as a punch. And I don't know, it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty awesome, and it's one of the best App Lab kind of games I've played in a long time. That being said, I mean, there's some really good games on today's episode of the podcast, of this video, and I will definitely say that of all the games, Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu is probably my favorite, but it's a great lineup of games, and I can't wait to see what else comes out with the studio. It seems like they know what they're doing, and they've released just a fantastic, complete game that totally does all the justice you want for the title. You got your Kung Fu fully there. All the characters you would want to play as are all there. There's guy characters, girl characters. They all have special things. You can level them up. Like, again, I don't know what else to say about this beyond I just was super impressed and really, really enjoyed this game. Tons and tons of content. It took me like 4 hours maybe to play through all the things, different difficulty modes. Just really, really impressive. Again, thank you so much to Clique Games because this is a great, great game. And I think Dragon Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu is probably a 10 out of 10 for me. It's just that good. It is a bit expensive, but it's just that good.